Hello, shining ones. Megas here on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. And I'm so excited for you that are just coming upon this message of Asha, the message of the Magi. Because I remember when I first heard it and then how it changed my life. And countless others have testimony of how this original monotheistic religion with a God that was just good, unmixed, completely changed their life. This God, the original God, the true God, doesn't get angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children. His nature was just good. And doesn't it do your heart good to know that was the original religion? And then the others that branched off later, they added attributes to God that aren't his. That should give you peace. And to know you can never be separated from that all good spirit. So today we're going to be in our holy text. If you got your book, Asha, go ahead. We're going to be in Asha 2, Asha 8, and a little bit of Asha 9. So Asha 2, it says, perceive and understand only the good, and you're allowing your experience to be the same. Now, I'm going to explain that. In the Yoga Sutras, it talks about the power of perception. Your perception will make a real world for you. But take heart, there's a real above all real. The perfect creator's perfect idea that we call Asha, that we're going to tune ourselves to. There's a story, a true story about in Indonesia, how they train baby elephants. And they'll put a chain around their leg, and then they'll put a stake in the ground, and the baby will pull on it and pull on it. And pretty soon it has a subconscious belief, I can't break this chain. And then when they're full-grown beast that could easily snap that chain and go to freedom, their mindset, their subconscious mind says, oh yeah, I can't break that chain, my friends. And so we have sometimes subconscious beliefs that keep us bound, even though we're at a place in our lives now where we can be completely free. We stay bound. And you know what? The Jewish people, they used to say, give us the child for 7 years and we'll give you the man. We now know by science that children from 0 to 7 are in a theta state, and everything, they're like just computers just taking in, and everything they take in from parents, grandparents, religion, it becomes their truth, their real. And you see it, look around the world, all the different regions and countries and nations, right? They believe that their God is the real God, and they'll kill and die for it. And their way of life is what's real, and to them it is. Listen to what it says in the Yoga Sutras. It says, ignorance is not just the absence of right knowledge. So ignorance is not just the absence of truth. It's an actual type of perception, a perception of reality that is opposite of true knowledge. It's a real mental state that creates a real reality, my friends. And that's why people, they'll die for God and country, even though it may not be the real God, the way society is supposed to be. They believe it is, because from 0 to 7, that was embedded in their subconscious mind, my friends. So we need to break free to get to that real above all real that we call Asha. The original religion calls Asha. What could come from a perfect creator's perfect mind? Perfection, bliss, love, protection, peace, joy. And we can create that in our worlds, my friend. If we'll hold that perception, that truth, that frequency, we'll go into those dimensions. Flip over to, go to Asha 9. Asha 9 says, I am awakened to who I am. I have shed the illusion of the lower animal. I have let go all air. I refuse to hold the vibrations, the stories, the feelings, the emotions, the gods of the lie. I live only in the vibration of truth, Asha, God's highest idea of good. My friends, when we do that, when we awaken to who we truly are, we come from good spirit. We're made of that good spirit. Asha 8 says, on a subconscious level, I live in truth. In my heart of hearts, I live in truth, and the lie of discord disappears. Now, if in the subconscious level, you live in the lie, right? That's when discord and dis-ease appears. It says on a subconscious level, I live in truth, and the spell of separation is broken. Right? But if on a subconscious level you live in the lie or in that mixed state, right? That's what the world religions have done. That's what I love about Zoroastrian is Zoroaster means pure light, pure good. It's unmixed, undefiled, undiluted. It's pure light, my friends. The world religions, they mix it, right? They have a God that loves and hates. He can heal or he can send disease. He can be at peace or he can go to war. We need to get to that true good spirit, right? We separated. There's a good spirit and there's an evil spirit. And the good spirit has no attributes of the evil spirit, and the evil spirit has no attributes of the good spirit. They're separated. So what have the world religions done? They've mixed it. So God's confusing, right? He's good and bad. He loves and hates. He's at peace and war. They can tell you stories of telling the mothers to stone their children for being disrespectful, and you just receive it because you're confused by that mixed God. Ridiculous stories of like Abraham and Isaac, that God, the highest principle of good, would tell him to go up and sacrifice his son like an animal. You know the story of Jephthah. He went in and killed the men, women, and children, took all the spoils, offered up his daughter as a burnt sacrifice to the Lord, is celebrating his victory in war. And the Jewish people for thousands of years celebrated him as a mighty man of valor. If you have the idea of just the all good spirit, you would never fall for those stories, my friends, because it's not good. It's not the highest principle of good. You have the wrong perception of what good is. You have the wrong perceptions. We got to go back to the original word where good is just good. And in your heart of hearts, that divine spark, that Fravashi, you know what that is. On a subconscious level, I live in truth, and the lie of discord disappears. The spell of separation is broken. My friends, that's breaking that chain. My friends, that's overcoming all that training from age 0 to 7. That's coming into what we call the real above all real. The highest truth, Asha, the perfect creator's perfect idea. When you hold that in your heart of hearts, in your subconscious mind, we'll create it in our world. Go back to Asha 2. Asha 2 says, no, only good. And I mention this every time I say the word no, but when this was written, to know was to become one with. A man would know his wife. You become the highest principle of good. Perceive and understand only the good, and let your experience and practice be the same. Be aware at all times of your high standing. Always remember the covenant written on your mind. The covenant written on your mind, what's in your subconscious mind? My friend, be aware of it. What energy is in there? What God, what spirit? Is it the highest principle of God good? Or is it one of those mixed gods? My friends, we got to be aware of what's in our hearts. And then I love it says, to remember, you are a child of the King. Remember where you come from. Remember who you are. Remember, Asha 9, I am awakened to who I am. Oh, there's a lot in that right there. My friends, you can change your world today if you'll change your perception. Restore God's image. Maybe you've been lied to about who he is. That he gets angry, jealous, hate war, kill men, women, children. Maybe from 0 to 7, you were raised with a wrong idea of God. My friends, restore God's image. You restore your image as you take that pure spirit, that pure God into you. That Zoroaster, that pure light. My friends, and you create a light in you and around you that is you. You become it. You know it. You know this good, this light that darkness cannot enter, this love that hate, fear, and greed cannot enter. And we call it Asha, the real above all real. It's beautiful. My friends, welcome. Welcome to Zoroastrianism. Welcome to the Order of the Magi. And know I love you.